Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kamen Rider podcast. I'm Kachiri, joined again by Fresno Cat and Chris, and we have a doozy of batch of episodes, doing 26 through 29. That's basically the end of the 5-round job arc. How's everyone doing? I'm afraid to ask.
I have one thing to do before we fully get into it, and hopefully this comes through correctly.
Kamen Rider, mere alert. Kamen Rider, mere alert.
Just gonna get that out. Not for any specific reason, just getting it out of the way so we don't have to talk about it later.
You're just like, okay, here, have a bone,
we don't need to go into depth about it. It's fine.
Yes.
You're safe if I don't have the screenshot ready to present.
Excuse you, the only one presenting around here is Zaya.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately.
Oh.
Here, you piece of shit. Getting us into this.
Okay, you know what?
Dare you.
There. There you go. There. Get it.
Oh god!
I love how low res this whole thing is because you're literally taking a picture of a screen.
Yeah.
It's like you forgot screenshots exist.
Well, I just grabbed it off my TV because I didn't want to load it up on the thing and then blah blah blah. Just take a picture with the thing. Also, I love that the helpful tip in Google Meets here is telling me to avoid an infinity mirror, don't share your entire screen or browser window. Thanks.
It knows you too well.
It does.
Yes, it does.
Anyway,
what a great way to start this all shit off, huh?
Wow, what a batch!
So we have the Blades and Fire Brigade. We're back to the main plotline now that we have our, power up that should always just kick Bowser's ass, and should lead to Aruto just always having the upper hand now.
Good times.
Oh yeah.
You broke her. You broke her. She is devastated. I'm devastated.
But so we start out this whole episode by looking at firemen. It's an ad for Zyspec, and the fire chief is using Zyspec to figure out the best course of actions to get through a dangerous situation and save as many people as possible.
So I was mentioning this to Chris, but there are some jobs where you think you would want Humagears to be there. Like one of them would be a fireman because, they'd be able to go in and they'd be able to resist the heat and smoke and everything. Obviously not for very long, as we found out at the end of this episode. But there's other jobs that people just don't want, trashmen and people who compact cars.
The job
train dogs.
Where you climb up the 60-story pole to change the one light.
Exactly. So you think it'd be one of those jobs where they would want Humagears.
But yes, we were discussing this, and I brought up the point that, hey, they're just going to freaking melt because, high temperatures, like some fires can get over, 5,000 degrees?
Which we saw at the end of this episode.
Raging infernos, but...
At least they're not freezing infernos.
Kat then turned to me and said, well, obviously they're made of asbestos. And so I wrote down here as my note, don't kiss the Humagears, they're made of asbestos.
Oh, God.
Forget the slander campaigns. Just have Guy be like, Humagears, they're made of asbestos.
I mean, it'd be just as truthful as everything else in the frickin' thing. But also, I'm very, very glad that this is a kid's show because 100% they probably discuss the legalities of sex bot Humagears.
Oh, God.
I mean, we kind of got that. We kind of got that in the last batch with the wedding episodes.
This is true.
Yeah.
Let us not think of that.
That was Japan going, all right, you sick freaks. You want us to talk about sex bots in a human show for little kids? Fine. We'll do it our way, though. It's all about marriage, you assholes. Get married. Have kids.
So it's been a week since I saw these episodes. I put down the note, Evie going, where? Yeah, a heart.
Yes, Izu's national treasure. Best girl.
Easy's best girl.
We
Yep.
love her. We love her.
Isu's the best character in this whole thing, other than Fuwa. And then Jin.
Who is a little
So
shit?
maybe it's Isu, Jin, and then Fuwa.
Yeah.
I love that Naruto doesn't make the top 3.
Well, after this batch, I agree. It's not even in the top 5.
Oh, poor Naruto.
But so we're in the office, and Guy is going over. We'll see who could save the most people out of fire. And
Casually gambling with people's lives.
yes, and like in the last bit, when then where it was the lawyer, like Naruto got mad and was like, hey, we can't be playing with people's lives like that. And Naruto in this episode, like, okay.
Well, to be fair, we do find out that it's a training exercise where they have like digital fires and fake smoke and stuff. So at the very least, it makes sense that they haven't actually put people's lives in danger.
Yeah.
Up until people's lives are put in danger.
Speaking of putting people's lives in danger, what's up, Frez?
Oh, we forgot to mention the greatest mock fire victim team that needs rescuing. It's Big Pick Energy and his squad.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I loved how they introduced the quote unquote victims of this fire for rescuing rescuing parties to rescue. They had a bunch of school children. Woo! Basement level, super dangerous. The firefighters.
Those were not school children, Chris. Those were hot ladies. That's why the firemen went wild.
And then a bunch of dudes in the second floor, and the firemen went, oh.
And then the bother. Yes, they didn't even bother with Big Pick Energy.
Yeah, Big Pick Energy, Shista, and his assistant are just at the top floor. I feel like we skipped something because I put down Yua was about ready to correct Guy on the 100%. At one point in time, Guy said something about doing something at 100%, and yes, Yua goes 100%, huh?
Never sass me again.
She was asking about the involvement of Metsubo Jinrai in Zaya's being collaborative. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, it's 100% possible that they could have come back and been a nuisance.
100%, huh?
Honestly, I think we can all pretty much figure out what the story is from here. It sounds to me like Guy specifically made Metsubo Jinrai Net as well as Arc go crazy, just so that he could eventually have this whole thing of selling his weapons to the world.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, we heard from the background episode with Hakase Bot that Arc selected 4 human gears. So Guy didn't select the 4 human gears, but he did mess with Arc.
Excuse you, he made Arc, though, so it's entirely possible that he said, oh, these ones would be perfect.
What's up, Chris?
Okay, so before we miss this detail, this very important detail, during this conversation where she's like, 100%, 100%, he hands her an Extinction Rise belt.
Oh, yeah, he's all about Shi now.
Oh, yeah. He's 100% just full on, not going to have any honor.
Stop.
And this starts an arc which I call, for the love of God, Yua Yaiba, when will you have a face turn?
Seriously. Oh, my God, woman.
Over this batch of episodes, there are at least 3 points where it's like, they could potentially write a great face turn here. It'd be great. It'd be like, Yua, do something evil in my name. And to
be absolutely fair, in the last 2 episodes, they do give us a reason at the very least.
Oh, yeah. They have a reason, and they're building to it. But even so, it's just like, I'm sitting there watching the episodes. It's like, is this going to be it? Is this going to be it? Do something evil. Yes, sir. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
So after that, then we get the whole description. Basically, whoever saves the most people out of the high school girls, the weird men, and VP will win. And then the VP is like, oh, I've been trained for this for my acting. And then he goes back into his dead person pose from the previous episode where he was acting.
Something I pointed out to Chris too isn't this a conflict of interest? Because I mean, like, if I were them, obviously they have no scruple. They have some scruples apparently, but if I were them, I would just start running away from the Zaya representative and like go straight into the arms of the human
They said something like that. They said something like that during this two-parter, like, oh, if we see the Zai person, we either we know we lost or we need to, I don't know how they said it's been a couple weeks.
Big pick energy guy is eventually like, I don't give a shit, just somebody save me.
To be fair, he is actually like dying from smoke inhalation at that point, so he's like,
yeah,
better Zaya win than I die.
So while this is going on, we get the conclusion of that cliffhanger from the last episode where Jin is just walking super close to Hirobi. And
With
we
a
get
gun.
a little bit more
With a gun.
with a gun.
You think he's gonna shoot Hirobi or something? But nope, he doesn't.
He just rips an apron off.
Well, it's a straight jacket.
Yeah. Because remember, Hirobi was Silence of the Lambs for the last 9 episodes.
Yeah.
By the way,
we can talk about movies again.
Hey!
Sure, we can.
So Jin basically explains how he's not wanting to kill all humanity, but he wants to liberate human gears his own way. And to do that, they need to get the Sting Scorpion key again.
And also, there's, of course, a raider ruining the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, of course.
Because of course.
But mind you, the raider ruins the competition. Just out of nowhere, we know it's not the chief because the chief is in the building when it blows up.
Oh! Can we just talk a little moment about how what is it? 911 Nosuke.
119. 119 Nosuke.
119 Nosuke. Friends.
Ichi Nosuke.
Ichi-Q Nosuke. The way he
Ichi-Kumi said, I love you.
Very
few people are going to get that reference.
I don't.
All right, let Chris say her bit.
No.
Just look at the way he runs. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's like super energetic, like up to the knee, tucked arms. He's going.
So they do 4-4 for the first round with high school girls. They're both using the Zai specs and the Hema gear, like planning out the best way to save them. And then they get into the second floor and they start saving the dudes, but then that's when it blows up. And so Arto runs off after the raider, and basically now it's no longer a test, it's now the real thing. And Ichi Kinosuke is like, all right, I got these two people. Do you need help with, that one other one? And the chief is like, no, there's one person in here. And Ichi, Kinosuke goes, he's dead. Leave him.
He's dead, Jim.
And so I guess we could say there's a deep conversation here. Do you try to save that one person who's passed out in the middle of a fire situation, or are you trying to get the most people out alive? Because logically, you don't know when the rest of the building is going down. If you take your 60 to 90 seconds trying to resuscitate someone, that might be an extra 30 seconds that you now can't get out of the building, Hence,
again, why human gears would be better in this situation.
What's up, Frozen?
You didn't save them.
So imagine that you're on a track with a trolley. Basically,
I go down one lane and then back up the other lane.
Exactly. Or multi-track drifting.
Multi-track drifting, that will kill everybody.
Exactly. Screw
the
'em.
5 of us. I just realized we need to get Brandon on it, but we need to find some way to play Trial by Trolley together. That would be so much
I
fun.
don't know what this is.
Oh, it's a card game where one person's the judge, and everyone else splits up into teams, and you try to make different trolley lines, and you're trying to make sure your line isn't the one that the judge doesn't kill. So, like, the first card might be, a group of kids who will become, the people who cures cancer, and the next card might be, Satan or something. Like, so you can go down this route, kill Satan, but you're also killing a whole bunch of kids that are going to grow up and cure cancer. And then the other line has their own things, and you just play cards on your lines, and yeah, it's fun. What's up, Fresno?
I just want to take a step back and refresh on what you just said. You're just like, hey, we should play this card game. You play a card that's a kid that can cure cancer, and then he gets run over by a fucking train.
Basically, no, that's
that's just
real life.
0-1 in a nutshell, isn't it?
Oh God! But yeah, so the human firefighter, who actually is either his name or the firefighting squad, is called Homura, which contract. But he's like, no, he's not dead. Damn it! There's a man who can save here. Oh no, he needs CPR. What the hell? Oh, the whole thing, the screen just went whoosh. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, it's by Death. What is it? Happiness and Cyanide. I recognize that art style.
Yeah, okay. But yeah, he's just like, breathe, damn it, huff, 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 huff. And the guy, he comes to, he regains consciousness, and they get him out of the building. And then once they're out of the building, the human, I'm just going to call him Homer. Is that his name? Is that his name?
It is.
Just call him Chief.
Well, the chief is mighty pissed off at Ichi Kyunosuke. He's just like, yo, goddamn bucket of bolts. When there's a life worth saving in there, you risk your life to save that life. You don't leave a man behind. Don't you have any empathy? You fucking rust bucket. Goddamn humor gear piece of shit.
He went off. He went off. That was, and of course, like
deserved.
Our human gear just sort of like head tilts, and like Yaiba has instructions to put the belt on him as soon as he reaches singularity, so he's goes absolutely bonkers. And oh my goodness, we've got like
fucking guy. Look, you guys thought human gear could save lives. Look at this. He's about ready to go berserk. Get the camera on me.
Right in front of this.
News has come because a building is on fire, and so there's a news camera there. It's like, oh my god, there's a building on fire. And so guys might go for hey, everybody, it's me. Look, the human gear is going fucking berserk. He's talking about destroying all humanity. Ooh, you shouldn't buy human gear stuff. You should buy Zaya specs. Presented by Zaya. Presented by me. Make me lots of money.
What's up, Cat?
Okay, two things about this scene. First off, the reporter who comes to report on this is absolutely adorable. She's like, I was just over here to report on a bakery, and now I'm in all this danger. I love her. She's fantastic. Secondly, the thing that really annoys me is that there's a camera literally right on them, and absolutely nobody saw the fact that you put this belt on him and made him go absolutely insane.
Look, that's because Guy was doing the cicada pose on the camera the whole time.
No, I know it's entirely because Guy was blocking them, but it still pisses me off because this is like Hallmark bullshit. This is the Hallmark misunderstanding bullshit, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a well-worn drama trope that can.
But guess what? We learned in the last episode that as long as we have Mayor Clusterhopper, Ichi Kyunosuke is going to be all right. Why is Arto going Blizzard?
Yeah.
No, eventually.
That's why he went Blizzard. He needed to get his crotch stabbed by that spear again, and the Blizzard power stole.
He needed to get jacked.
He needed Guy to suck him off one last time.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm sure these costumes were very expensive to make. You just have to use one of them now.
Gotta sell them toys.
Gotta sell them toys, but we do get Mayor Cluster Hopper. Thouser is like, oh no, I'm going to kill this dude, and you're going to lose no matter what because he's going to be dead. And Haruto's like, no, I'm stronger than you now. See? I can stop you from killing this guy. See? I just saved him and restored him. And it's like, okay, so are you just going to keep on kicking Thouser's ass for being a cheating asshole? No, he just lets Thouser gets away.
If only our hearts could reach each other and we could properly communicate through our Kamen Riders.
She said it, not me. I want that on the record.
You know, at this point, Fresno, like we know, you're like I think this is what episode 8 or episode 9. You've only brought up Silver Gear like once,
Twice.
Yes, it's mostly been us.
Yeah, it's mostly been us, and we're proud of it. Damn it!
The infection spread.
Speaking of spreading, the fire spreading, and the VP and Shista and the other guys just stuck in the second floor. And we'll wait to end the episode.
Yeah. Taken to the smoke well because human gears don't do well with heat and smoke.
What's up, Chris?
Okay, so before we get into the next episode, I just want to touch on Jin's new outfit, which is a classy business suit with half pinstripes on one side. Further, alluding to the Japanese conformity, the business transaction style things, he's reached a level of enlightenment. And they want to show that he's now different from Hirobi, who still has his old costume, which is still kick-ass. So, that's my note.
Remember that note.
Oh, shit.
Anyway.
Why do I suddenly have a big feeling of regret getting into this whole thing?
Stop hurting my
I've already
baby.
had that.
So I will give up on a life. And it starts out with someone saying that humans and human gears can't work together, while the chief and Ichichi Kyunosuke are starting to work together on this.
Hey, what did Kat just say? It's about learning to trust your human gear friends and working together to achieve something greater than the two parts of yourselves. True utopian understanding. It's the way.
It's too bad that guy slides in and fucks everything up.
Of course he does.
Like he always does. This piece of shit.
What an asshole.
Also, Kat made a note. Like, is Guy afraid of singularity?
I want to say he is, because he seems to go really crazy when he realizes that they are going to reach singularity, and he was desperate to absolutely destroy all the singularity human gears, even though they had a backup. And it's he's not there trying to get rid of them just for the sake of getting rid of them. Apparently, he's specifically getting rid of the ones that have reached singularity.
I don't think he's scared of it. I think he just sees those as a threat to him, because if they...
So therefore he's scared of them because they're a threat.
Abominations. Burn the witch.
I don't know.
Right here, Chris. It's very offensive.
They don't really go into it.
Honestly, I'm going to chalk it down to he is absolutely terrified of the singularity, and human gears realizing that they are in fact better than humans, and so he wants to get rid of them before that happens.
I support any reading that has Guy Amatsu as a little crybaby piss boy. Thank you.
So, in other words, the entirety of 01.
Remember that note. Remember that note. Remember that note.
Am I going to hate you even more, Kachiri?
Oh, we haven't even got to the fun shit with the
I know.
Contest. That's going to be a humdinger of a thing. Let's get through the fire. Oh, Naruto's a confrontation with the raid.
Well, first, we have the whole thing where Ichichi Kyunosuke decides he's going to sacrifice himself.
Well, that happened later in the episode.
I don't know if it's a sacrifice or if it's just, the fact that it's like, oh, you told me that all human life is worth saving, and there's still humans in this building. Therefore, I must bravely go in and do.
I guess I didn't make any notes about this fight scene because my notes so far for episode 27 is humans and human gears working together. And Rip 119.
Yeah.
And so those are my first two notes so far.
So this is funny because Naruto is like in this abandoned building, and the Raiders, right? Well, anyway, the Raider is like sniping at 01 from a building, and Naruto has to dodge, and then he just does. And I can actually say it. You remember that bit in Legend of the Sea Boys when the Sea Boy does the super jump onto the pirate ship? Same thing.
What's up, Chris?
I just want to point out that also, that was a perfect shot because, he's a giant fucking yellow bug. Impossible to miss.
Well, I mean, his power in that form is jump, authorize.
Yes.
Naruto basically beats this guy's ass, and
Was it?
he gets away, but he leaves behind a Zaya Spec, which, that's a handy bit of evidence.
Didn't he fight Jin too?
Not yet.
No. Jin comes in the end of this episode to fight Guy.
Okay. I thought like he had jumped in to distract Naruto so that the Zaya, spoiler, sorry, the Raider could get away.
There was a bunch of smoke that came from the fire. All of a sudden, just like convenient smoke. And then when the smoke cleared, the Zaya guy was gone, but left behind his Zaya Spec.
Actually, the smoke didn't come from nowhere. If you remember, Metal Hopper sent off an attack, and his attack bees went straight into the bazooka and blew it up. And that's what caused the smoke.
The attack bees.
Well, that's what they are now, because honestly, attack hoppers are just weird.
Also, I have a note here. I have a note here saying, Kat said, I'm sorry, did they just fire lasers at that tall building? Or at those tall buildings?
Oh my god, yeah.
It's okay, they're glass.
Like, this Raider just starts shooting off beams, and they go off into the distance, and, hello, there are tall buildings over that way.
It's okay, they're glass, it'll reflect.
No, it won't.
Did someone say reflect?
Anyway.
Comment near alert.
No, you don't get that now.
Naruto sends off the raid spec to get reviewed.
Yeah.
And I guess this is when Ichikinose dies. A noble death. She says shoring out because of the heat.
That was sad.
Yeah, we're kind of glossing over, the big noble sacrifice where he's just like, where the human firefighter is like, oh no, we can't get through. There's rubble and there's no way through. Even my Zaya Spec can't find a way through. There's no way to save them. And then Ichikinase is like, you told me that you never give up. So there's always a way. So I'll help you. And so he lifts this thing up and he gets into the flames and it burns away his artificial flesh while he's like, go quick, you got to save the people, that's the most important thing. And that's his,
which I have questions about that.
Oh yeah.
So I do not know if firefighters specifically carry a mixture of oxygen or if it's pure oxygen that they have in their tanks. I highly doubt it's pure oxygen because that would be just a stupid idea. But with the fire melting off all of his clothing, he had a tank on his back. That thing would have rocketed off the minute that it burst.
That is true.
I mean, he didn't have the tank on his back when Naruto...
No, he had the tank. He had the tank the entire time he was heading down that hallway. When he caught fire, He had the tank.
Actually, if we're going to go all sciencey on it, he's a humagear. He doesn't need that. Well, then again, it could be for the people.
Yeah, it's for the victims.
I just answered my own question. But but whatever. As a scientist, I'm very offended by this.
So,
as a thinking scientist, I'm very offended.
Is blocking rubble from falling from above at this giant slab. He locks himself in place, and the chief and the team saves the VP and Shista and the assistant. What's up, Chris?
I have another note here. Was like that building went up fast, and then Kat snidely said, "Well, all the asbestos was in the human gears." Obviously not.
So everyone's rescued. Aruto shows up, is told about the sacrifice, goes to collect Ichichi Kinosuke, and like
His hands
we can't.
oh no, we forgot Fuwa and Yua also goes and saves the VP.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh,
Fuwa like runs up and he's like, "What are we just standing here for? Come on, Yua!" And guys comes in like, "She's a Zoya employee, excuse you." And he's
Also-
like, "Screw that!" Picks up a bucket, dumps it over his head, grabs her, and runs inside.
Yeah, doesn't put a bucket over her or anything. Just dumps it over him.
Oh,
That's
she
right.
She could burn. That's fine. She could.
Meanwhile, the vice president is like, "Hey, you can't die on company time."
Oh, Christ.
And also, while Shista's like slowly succumbing to the heat and the smoke, she's like accessing the vice president's past purchase list and is listing off all the things he bought.
Yeah, like long
pajamas.
And what was it? Some herbal supplement.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they get out. Aruto sees that everyone's safe. He's happy, but then realizes Ichi Kinosuke is still in the building, so he runs in, is chased down, and he explains, like, if I'm not there for my employees, who will be? And, takes Ichi Kinosuke's malfunctioned dead body, picks him up, and carries him out.
And I remember I was sitting here, I had paused the whole thing, and I'm shouting at Yaiba like, "Yeah, this is what a non-toxic boss acts like, you idiot."
Yeah. And also, Yaiba is in there while Aruto's picking up Ichi, what's his name? And when he touches that metal, it is still hot. There's like audible sizzles. He's got like at least like a minor burn on his palms at the very least, possibly his back.
Honestly, he's
like,
acting
damn,
like it's
Aruto.
not there, so it's probably third-degree burns, which you can't feel.
Oh, God.
Because it just burns your nerves off.
Oh, he'd be missing his palms.
He also just picked up a 500-pound robot like it was nothing. What's up, Frizz?
Aruto Kacho, I've brought you the skin graft Humagear to help with your burns.
They're gonna try to, I don't know, repair or recycle or do whatever they do with this Humagear body, and they're gonna be like, Hey boss, what's this weird stuff on his shoulders? And Aruto's just sort of hiding his hands behind his back slowly, I don't know. Might be remains of my costume or something.
Oh wow! Some of that artificial Humagear skin must have stayed on. Huh, weird.
Aruto, this is the egg. Aruto, this is the egg Geen Humagear.
Also, it's perfectly palm shaped. It's very strange.
So weird. Anyway, he was ready to talk about Gaiamatsu being just the worst. The worst!
So Fuwa stops Guy, says that he has proof that Guy's been a dumb shitbag.
Oh, well, we can't have that. I'll confiscate the evidence and destroy it so you have no proof. I am an honorable businessman.
And here's the thing that gets me. Isu is right there. Isu has footage because we've seen her take footage via her eyes. Now, I know that, Guy could just go right behind them and say, oh, that's obviously faked. But also, you have
see
a
you next
games
episode.
person. Yeah, see you next episode. I know.
Don't point out the plot holes.
I'm going to point out the plot holes if I want to, damn it.
What do you mean this children's karate show isn't entirely logically consistent at all times? What is
Speaking of
this
logically
bullshit?
consistent, we have one of the heroes here who can transform into a form and just make Guy a bloody mess if he wants to. Why isn't he doing it?
Why doesn't he just kill the capitalist right then and there and solve the show? I am very
They stand on
intelligent.
so many rooftops. Just a quick punt. He can't fly. He doesn't have wings.
That we know of.
But
This
yes,
is true,
Fua
unfortunately.
attempts to battle Kamen Rider Thouser, and as we've seen over the many times that Fua has tried to fight Kamen Rider Thouser, he gets his ass 1000% handed to him.
But how does he get? What's the finisher? Sting Scorpion.
Uh,
Oh,
Really
wait.
killed him.
You asshole.
Wait,
As
Sting
if I couldn't hate you
Scorpion
enough.
isn't that something where a certain Kamen? Oh, hi, Jin. Nice of you to show up.
oh, hello, Thouser. I want that progress key. So we're gonna have
Give
to
me
have it out.
I forgot what Jin says, but Jin says something that's freaking deep as all hell. Like, oh no, it was like if there weren't human gears, you guys will still be having these stupid battles or something like that.
The
Even if we
humans-
weren't here.
He's
true.
not
Actually,
wrong.
He got us there.
He was just basically like, you guys, all you do is fight. You humans are just determined to keep beating the shit out of each other. Human gear's so much superior to that. It's like,
But-
literally, you're here to fight, Jin.
But then we do get our Blazing Falcon versus Thouser fight, which is, a pretty decent fight. I love how,
Evenly matched.
yeah, Jin still wins. I think Thouser just gives up and tosses the key because somehow the key just slides over to Jin at the end of the fight. I think it was
Kachiri,
like-
that happens with 95% of the time that they need to steal a key from the other person. It just sort of slides its own ass over.
It's the
I
one
need to
ring.
steal a key. Oh, that's my time to slide right onto their DMs.
It's the
But
one ring.
the episode ends with Guy basically saying, Arto, I won. It's 3-1. It's over. Everything's over, And then the chief is like, no, we kind of would have lost if it wasn't for Ichichi Kinosuke. So I don't think we won. And then,
And then he
Guy
gets his ass beat by Jin. He's like, okay, fine, you win. We need some more episodes of this damn plot.
So now we're 2-2 going into episode 28. Oh boy. This is one of the episodes I was dreading about talking about this entire.
I wonder
We
why.
knew the entire time.
My first note is lobbyist slime.
My
What?
first note is, I was freaking right!
Yeah, so Zaya cheats with the rules of this final competition.
I hate that I was right.
Basically, it's a political battle. Basically, Zaya is using a politician who, does a whole bunch of very, I don't want to say like conservative practices when it comes to,
Just typical politics.
yeah,
All your
typical
scummy bullshit.
But then Arto, when they're trying to figure out who they're going to set up, finds out that there are no politician Humagears because Humagears can't hold offices. What's up, Fresno?
Well, you want to say that this guy is conservative just because he's calling for what's the word I'm looking for? Abolishing the Humagears, which seems like a very conservative stance in a sense. Like, oh, keep the status quo. Don't change this. Don't do that and shit like that. But also, he's crooked as sin. So I don't know. He does sort of feel like he leans more to the right side because of that.
What you are doesn't actually matter. It's the person who is behind all that. Now, do conservatives tend to attract a lot more of the assholes who want to keep things as the way they are? Yes. Do the Democrats attract a lot of assholes too? Yes. Frankly, I think we should abolish both parties and just have whatever we want. Let's just do pure anarchy. But either way,
What a system. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to say, oh, Republicans, blah 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 blah, but there's gonna be some assholes on the left, there's gonna be some assholes on the right. That's just how humanity works.
Unfortunately.
I'm just vaguely generalizing, and you're right, of course. It's not like always.
Yeah, the more we generalize and make it an us versus them type thing, the more we fall into this whole two-party system, and that's exactly what corporations and politicians want. They want us to be us versus them, because if, we're distracted by, oh, it's all the Democrats' fault, or, oh, it's all the conservatives' fault, then we sort of ignore the fact that it's not either of their fault, it's the people who lobby and bribe them. And also them for taking the bribe.
But speaking of two parties and us versus them, so there's no politician humor gears. So Arto's on the back foot just to begin with, because there's no way they can really have an even fight in this battle, because guy kind of.
And honestly, this is when they do the most surprising thing I've ever seen, because one of the things that we know about Japan is it is very xenophobic. If you're even 1 microcentimeter not Japanese, they automatically hate you. So this is a very interesting twist, in my opinion. Right, Froze?
They automatically hate you and you don't have rights.
Exactly. Right, Froze?
Well, I was going to say, you could get around this by having, say, a political science major humagear or something to that specificity. You don't have to actually have like an elected official, I suppose, but the route that they go is interesting and, as Kat said, surprisingly diverse.
All right. I gotta make a comment here. You think Japan, with their aging society that is determined to make sure that their comfort is the most important thing in all political decisions, is going to be teaching children that they can go to school and learn how to politics? Yeah, they're not going to do that. So that's why they brought out the fun hippie hoppy rappy dippy whippy thing.
Which I'm only slightly annoyed about, but honestly, it's not up to me to be annoyed about as a basic white bitch. So
while Arto is realizing that they're basically bones for this final round, a African American. Well, I guess he's not African American if he's Japanese.
African American. We're in Japan.
Well, no, he's half. He's half American. He's half Japanese. His father is actor Willie Dorsey, who has actually been on the very first Kamen Rider series.
Oh, we're talking about the actor. Okay.
Yep. So basically, Black Humagear walks in and like, oh, I could be your representative. Well, how would you represent? With raps.
Yeah, this is the uncomfortable part. Like, a bit later on, he also gets very, very aggressive, and there's not even, like, an inciting incident, per se. Like, he does find out some things, and obviously that should make anybody angry, but the fact that it just sort of comes out of nowhere for the single half-black Humagear, plus they made him rap, it feels icky.
Well, it really did feel icky.
So the last time there was a black actor in Kamen Rider was about 8 years before this episode. Oh. And he's actually a wrestler, a wrestling actor. Rain will probably know who he is. But his whole character was Kate Sith, the mystical creature, who, like a cat, just wanted to be asleep all the time. So we had images of a black dude just sleeping all over Japan while Wizard was trying to find him.
Remember when I said that Japan was very xenophobic?
Yeah.
We're also very racist.
Yeah. Good note in that.
It's like you kind of see the same thing with Barrett from Final Fantasy VII, where he's a very big, aggressive stereotype. It's icky. It's just icky.
This guy is not put into the best light. Fans have pointed that out. But as I also like to point out, whenever we talk about a specific actor that comes in a few years after this season aired, who actually did do blackface and other horrible things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no. There's
That's the Revice dude, isn't it?
Yeah, the Revice dude.
Yeah.
Subuha Kimura or something. He's the host of the new Takashi Castle, and I can't watch it because he's the new host of it. Yeah, no, but basically, Japan, like Toei doesn't care. Like people was like mailing Toei letters about the dude, like, and Toei saw that none of them were Japanese people and was like, "Oh, who cares?"
Yeah, we don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
essentially
like it's really sad because he is a beautiful looking man. He's got, he's actually got some good acting chops to him, and like he's been in other things. He's been a character called Yasuke in the anime called Yasuke on Netflix, and he's been in a ton of other things. Although to be fair, in one of those other things, he's just known as Black Guy.
Yeah, but Super Sentai, the sister show, had a black character that was actually written very well. And even though he wasn't like a major character, he was in half the episodes in Lupin Ranger versus Power Ranger. And he actually had some really strong scenes. But then, they also basically revealed the only reason why he was picked to be the actor was to make American Black Cop jokes about him.
Oh, God.
Rude.
Yeah, honestly, this guy... Apparently, he never learned English until like 2016. He was born in 1984, for reference. So this guy has to have grown up in Japan pretty much all of his life. This poor man, all I can think about is how ostracized he must have been. Like, he's tall. He's much taller than the other people on this show. So it's like nothing there was made for him. He probably had people pointing and staring. And it's like, maybe his experience is a lot different than I think. Obviously, again, basic white bitch talking about a black Japanese man. I could be completely wrong.
I'm sure with his dad being an actor, he probably had not. If he was just some random, mixed kid that didn't have like a actor father or just grew up in the country, he probably would have been made fun of a lot more. But I think because his dad was an actor, he might have had a bit of an easier time.
Yeah, because there's a very bipolar reaction to being different in Japan. You're either treated like a unicorn or you are treated like scum. There's no in-betweens. It's one or the other.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we even saw in this episode, when they were getting ready to show this gentleman in the actual debate after he uncovered some, shady deals and obvious, bribery going on. It's like, hey, you can't wear all your rap stuff. You need to wear a sensible business suit and comb your hair. And they showed a picture of him with a business suit on and his hair slicked down, and it was just recoiling from the screen, oh shit, did they actually?
Yeah. God. Also, side note, this is mostly just for Frez's benefit. His father, Willie Dorsey, played in a series that looks a lot like a Sentai series. It's called Mirror Man.
I know. I think we just need some brevity. Next.
All right.
He was also in the Japanese TV series for Spider-Man, played Black Iron.
Oh, nice. So, while this is going on, we get more of Guy and Yaiba, basically Guy saying that there's no way Aruto can win this one, let's be honest. Without politics for Humagear or political science Humagear, that's probably not happening. And he reveals that his new tool, now that they have all the powers of all the keys, even though we also know there's another 15 keys out there. It's only the 9 that we've seen be transformed into. He's going to create his own army of Kamen Riders. Ignore the one with the wing.
I have a.
I will not.
I have a lot.
I will have words in a couple of minutes, and you know what those words will be.
I yes. Oh God.
You're fucked, Kachiri.
But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have a whole lot to say about Guy when we get to the big reveal, because I think it reveals a lot about Guy and his machinations.
Yeah.
Debate time.
So we get the speech from the guy that guy put up, but then
I don't know if we mentioned it, but we're now into episode 29. Our dream can't be broken.
No, we haven't even finished 28 yet.
Yeah, we only got halfway through 28.
Isn't 29 when the big debate happens, though?
No, 28.
End of 28 is when the debate happens, but then we still haven't talked about the rapping clip show, where
oh my gosh,
somehow the rapper knows about the first dozen human gears that appeared in the series, and so he's doing a Pokemon style rap, listing off you don't have hands as good as the sushi guy, or you can't tell the past like the tour guide, stuff like that.
Showing
you didn't show a child that his father fucking died in a horrible explosion. You can't do that. You're just humans.
And then Aruto gets the mic and he can't rap, and he says some few things, makes a joke out of it, and people just stare at him blankly.
And
what's up, first?
We can't not mention the sweater.
Oh, the fucking sweater!
Misu is a treasure.
What was the rapping Humagear's name?
Hang on, I can get it
check
for
it
you.
out.
Just a
I did
second.
not.
Yeah, MC,
check it out.
Oh my goodness, check it out.
There are several dashes and a period in the word check. So.
Oh, but yes, she's wearing one of his sweaters. She's the one that got him because she thought that he'd be able to. I think she's just a fan.
No, she's definitely.
We should also mention that they have background dancers who are also Humagears, who are sexy ladies.
Yep.
Because of course.
Which the whole the red light district Humagears.
Oh God.
Let's not get into that shit again.
I mean, maybe they're just idle Humagears, so that way we don't have to exploit young children. Instead, we can just exploit the AI.
They could also be dance instructing Humagears, stuff like that.
Yes, wholesome.
Fu was mad. There's a scene between Fua and Jin. Jin's like, oh wait, is this when no, not yet.
Which one? Yeah, at the debate, they uncover.
I put down in halfway through the notes on episode 28. Fua, understandable you're pissed, but this isn't it. He's pissed about something. Yeah. And then Hirobi is back. And then we have a neat little fight scene between Hirobe and Thouser, because Hirobe saves Fua.
Yeah.
Kachiri, you saying Fua is pissed narrows it down so little.
It's that Batman Beyond me
default.
So yeah, Hirobe saves Fua from Thouser, but then we get to see that guy develops another key with a wolf on it. Guy, why are you continuing to develop power-ups for your enemies to kick your ass with?
Because he is dumb.
Oh my goodness gracious. My notes are a little bit scattered here because a lot was going on. And it's we have to pause it so that I can write the notes because I write very slow. Mm-hmm. And subtitles reading, kind of important to have your eyes on it. But let's see. Aruto is a dork. Oh my god, yes, but also holy shit, they took his hairs. Yes, that was that note. Fua is so far away. OMG, they can't.
Oh yeah, while he was talking to Guy, they were just standing a mile away from each other.
Yeah, and it was windy, so windy. It was loud wind. It's just Guy said something, and Fu was just like, "What?"
What the fuck? Oh my god.
And I believe this is where they revealed. Because the next thing I have written down.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna take that off the screen before we lose it.
what, in all caps, underlined twice, with the brain chips.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
So
Here we go.
So in order to use the gun to transform, you need to
wait. I can do this now. It was Fuwa all along.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was brain chips implanted in both Yaiba and Fuwa. Basically, Guy can control them with those. And not only that, the final Metropole Jinrai member, soul, I guess, because they're not in a body, is inside that
AI.
same brain chip. AI, yeah. What's up, Chris?
Yeah. That wasn't mentioned until the next episode, but they did reveal that he was a brain chip, and I have a note here that Kat said, "Holy shit, he's Elon Musk," because he wants to put chips in everybody's brains.
Yeah.
He wants to spread this technology, the shot risers, to everybody and sell them to everybody. And honestly, it's
the only way you can transform with the shot risers to have the chip in you. So
What's up, Fresno?
Chris took the words right out of my mouth. This is Guy's master fucking plan. Like, and later in the episode at the end, when we've got obviously Humiko going berserk on live TV, he's going to be like, "Oh, look, with a raid riser, you can protect yourself. Presented by Zaya, sold with Zaya spec. Yes, you can have it for the low price of whatever the fuck I sell it for. Yes, buy it, make me rich, and we'll create a world by humans for humans." This is his master fucking plan. Is not only to make a shitload of money, but if it's either the Zaya spec or you have to have a brain chip in it that make you turn into a raider. But either way, he's got this thing where he can literally hack your brain with an AI and make you do whatever he fucking wants. His master plan is to make a shitload of money and turn this world into some sort of fascist puppet state where everybody is his tools and he is absolute. He's the worst. I hate him.
Yeah.
Yep.
When does he die?
So let's speed through the rest of this episode. We touched on a lot of
You're
stuff.
not answering the question, and that worries me.
Technically, if you want to know where there's a few things after 01, and he's the main character of an entire series.
God damn it.
Fuck.
Maybe he'll be homeless and starving in the street.
One could wish.
But so basically MC Checkout realizes, through some searching, where the other politician was going to do some shady deals. We see the shady deals happen. MC Checkout crashes it, records everything. They get to the debate. MC Checkout during the debate shows the world the corruption. And the politician was like, "Objection! Nuh-uh. What do you mean?"
And then
shit! Hey, Frez, I just found out something.
Oh yeah?
Apparently, there are two guys who are the voices of like the different drivers. Like the 01 driver, the shot riser, and all that. When they say the names and stuff. They're Canadian.
Hey,
I said this
during the people are Canadian.
I said during the first podcast. They're a band.
Cat.
I pay attention to you, Kachiri.
Can I make a request?
Sure.
We're talking about the politicians weaseling out of this bullshit. Can you please do it in that snivelly voice?
Oh God.
I don't know what you're talking about. That stuff is quite obviously fake. There is no way that I would ever do that. Please look at this obviously doctored image, which has a fake time on it that totally shows I was in fact here the entire time. So therefore, this Hugo is full of shit.
So because of that, MC Checkout throughout this whole episode is like, he's already like singularity, and he's already decided that he just wants to kill humans basically through his talks. Like, I mean, this like three times he's like, "Yeah, no, you guys are bullshit. Humans are all bullshit," and like his eyes are so blue and all that stuff. And so he starts saying this stuff during the debate, and Guy just walks over with the one of those hijack belts, and he's like,
well, no, he doesn't even do that. What happens is he puts it on the ground and then kicks it over to him so that MC Check It Out picks it up himself and puts it on.
Yeah. Well, and Guy tells him what the belt will do.
Oh, I know, but it still pisses me off because as far as we can tell, there is zero reason other than the fact that he finds it unfair. And it's like 100% perfectly legitimate reason in my eyes. But for a logical AI, this just seems weird.
Well, he's decided that he came to his own decision because he's apparently been singularity for a while. That, yeah, humans are bullshit, and he didn't need Ark to tell him that.
To be fair, humans are bullshit.
Humans are bullshit.
Agreed.
So, guess who's the dodo again? We get to see one of the early forms of dodo. And Guy uses his opportunity. Check out our new Raid Risers, which, by the way, in the last episode, the Raid Riser was going to be the smoking gun to prove that, Guy's been terrorizing the town. But now Guy's promoting it, hands it to Yaiba. And technically, this is not a Kamen Rider form, but Yaiba has the Fighting Jackal Rider form now.
I fucking
this
love
is
this.
fucking cool. She's just Anubis.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely
The scythe.
amazing.
I love it.
Yeah.
In love, heart. Just
1000% the best.
And she has one of the coolest finishers to kill MC Check It Out. And well, that happened.
And now everyone's like, yeah, human gears are bullshit. Yeah, Zaya, Raid Risers, woo!
Which they pointed out earlier that apparently Zaya had these, they had some of their employees be in the crowd and pump them up, essentially. And you can see here, there are very specific people who are calling out, yeah, human gears are bullshit. We should get rid of them all.
that's
Oh man, wow, what a fair competition. Anyway, you hate chills go over there, and when it's time, you hype up the crowd to say what we want.
yeah, and Japanese conformisms. Let's go with the crowd. Have an
And
empty still in there.
xenophobia, let's be fair.
Yeah,
So the episode ends with Aruto going Metal Cluster Hopper. Remember, this power-up that was introduced like 7 episodes ago, proven to be stronger than Thouser. Easily stronger than, any of the other forms going on right now.
Yes.
Is doing basically nothing. And Guy just tells Fuwa, hey, Fuwa, do what I say and kill Aruto.
What are you talking about? Okay, boss.
Yep. And yeah, Fuwa, you all right? And the episode ends with Aruto now in a 1v3 between Fuwa, Yaiba, and Thouser. Mind you, in a form that should be able to solo all 3. What's up, Fresno?
I mean, I get where you're coming from. He could solo all 3 individually, but it's a 1-on-3. So I buy it.
Try. He does. Well, okay, no. Let's back it up a bit. He proved that he could solo 2 of them in like episode 23 when he was Berserk. It took Thouser doing some weird bullshit to finally destroy him once in like episode 24. But yeah, no, it's just
I would argue the part where he beat 2 at once. He was Berserk. He wasn't holding back. Whereas Naruto will probably naturally not try it.
But here's the thing. Now, if you remember, like 2 podcasts ago, I said that when he gets the new form, is a centimere of progress for him. We've now had 4 episodes since he's been able to control this form, where he proved that he could have stopped Guy in like every single episode. He could have stopped.
He can't do that because it's the power of love, and also he hasn't found a gun yet.
Yeah.
They keep giving him swords and axes. It's not fair.
But the thing is, it's just so dumb that we get this power up and Aruto's issues, like Aruto not doing anything, is leading to these issues.
I think more like it's leaning into the fact that Aruto is having some really deep internal conflicts and he's feeling a lot of despair. And that can mess with your head and get to you to where you aren't able to function the way you should be.
But yeah, let's so the episode ends. Next episode, we don't get an intro sequence. you know this episode is going to be lit because of that.
Oh boy.
So we get back to the fight where Arto is just standing around, letting the three of them basically beat him up.
Yeah, I have notes. Fua! Exclamation point, question mark. And then capitals. Oh shit! Underlined 3 exclamation points.
That's how you know it's real.
Yeah.
Oh god.
This is also where it's a reveal that Fua is also Naki.
That was one of the things that was revealed last episode because Hirobi came to rescue Fua from getting the chip ripped out of his brain by Jin.
I think that was this episode.
Well,
no, that was last episode because
No. It's this episode that happens. Last episode, Hirobi came over to save Fua from Thouser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've got my notes all weird.
Yeah, and when Fua was like, "Why did you save me?" Jin was like, "It's the will of the Ark."
Yeah.
No, Hirobi.
Yeah, Hirobi.
Okay.
Look,
So-
I get them mixed up all the time.
So
I wanted to be Jin.
we get glimpses of Naki's actor, and this is another conversation.
Well, you mentioned that this was coming up before, like when we first saw the mysterious hooded figure at the beginning of this thing. But you mentioned the whole fact that Naki's actor is an Endy.
Not anymore.
Not anymore? Oh.
Naki's actor used this role to become more comfortable with their transition.
Okay.
Oh, so they are now a transgender man.
Yes. So
Gotcha.
when Naki's actor got the role, they told the producers that they will not play the role if it was a female human gear. They wanted to be a non-binary. So that's why it's like we have to hard declare that Naki's non-binary. There's no gender to Naki. A year after 01 came out, the actor declared that they were non-binary. And then like 2 years after that, they just said, nope, I'm just a man.
I'm going to go ahead and get myself canceled now. Of course, they're not non-binary. Human Gear's always thinking binary.
I was going to say, like, wait a minute. They are binary. What?
But
they are binary now because they are a man.
Yeah. Good for him on finding a gender identity that works for him. Like,
honestly, good for him for transitioning in fucking Japan.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
But if you were wondering why, some people theorize the reason why Yaiba's more of a female general because they try to be all shapes of life for generals in these shows. There's a female general, male general, whatever, right? It's mostly because the person they believe was going to be the female general is no longer a female in the story, basically.
Because whatever.
Yep.
Well, either way, Naki, neat presence, but Fua is not very happy with the fact that, oh God, you've got a fucking brain chip in my head that makes me do whatever you want. Fucking shoot you! God damn it! If I could just get off the floor.
Yeah, and like Guy is very obviously abusing this power, using it to torture Fua, and it's scummy. Just so scummy.
And Yaiba's not very happy about this at all.
But does she do anything?
Of course she doesn't.
Well, if she did, do you think she'd also be on the floor with?
I mean, she could snatch the damn thing off of his fucking ear and stomp on it.
This is where we
get. To be fair, I think she's so brainwashed she doesn't even realize the chip's there.
What's up, President? Oh, well, she was surprised when she heard about the chips.
Yeah.
Not the chip. She was surprised about the AI. Sorry, Frizz.
I don't think Yaiba is brainwashed. I think she's just misguided and believed at one point in Guy, but is slowly having her faith shattered by the multiple fucking scummy things that he's been doing over this the course of his crusade. And we get a chat with her and Fua where she basically says, "Oh, I'm not a tool of Zaya. I'm my own person." And this is probably, I'm really crossing my fingers that this is going to be the thing that makes her finally face turn.
Honestly, Fres, this would be a really poignant scene if it weren't for the fact that literally 5 seconds ago, he called them both tools.
Yeah. I mean, she's deluding herself. It must be said, but
it's like even towards the end of the episode, he says the same thing, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not a tool. It's fine."
It's delusion. She's deluding herself, and she's trying to deny like the facts of the situation. It's like, no, I'm not the baddie. I'm not owned. I'm my own girl. But I am hoping that she realizes, oh, okay, this capitalist asshole only sees us as tools to benefit him. I should rebel against him. I am hoping against hope that happens, because it feels like they're setting that up, but we shall see. Kuchiri's probably chuckling maniacally internally at that, but continue with the analysis, please.
She better fucking punch him in the face.
Oh, is Yaiba his bride? Is that what's going on here?
Well, if that was the case, why were they doing the matchmaking episode?
That's fair.
Is she his sister then, or like her family must owe something to him, because it makes no sense that she would stay there for so long. Other than A, she's brainwashed, or B, he has something over her.
I really don't think she's brainwashed. I really think that she at one point believed in the Zaya mission.
There's only so far that you could take that belief, though. I mean, the moment he's like, hey, let's put a whole bunch of people in danger just for fun, I would immediately be like, how about we don't?
Could be sunk cost fallacy. Oh, I've done this much. I can't back out now, because then
maybe it'll get better.
Maybe it'll get better.
They do say it takes an average of 7 times for a woman to leave her abuser. So
that's not quite.
We're on like time number 10 at this point.
Yeah,
it's delusion sunk cost.
Average.
It's not a logical response, but it's a human one. If that makes any sense.
True.
I buy that she would stubbornly insist on denying the reality of the situation.
Loyalty and honor, etc., etc.
But yeah, so while this is going on, Aruto and Izu's trying their hardest to just do the campaigning themselves.
And this is where we get the mirror shot at the top of the episode, which, it's a good summation of how Aruto views Gears, that they are a mirror of humanity at their best and at their worst. When you confront them with the worst, they get mad at you like a human would get mad at you. When you use your best feelings and treat them like equals, you get a good symbiotic relationship like Aruto has with you.
It's like, I hate to put it this way because it sounds a little derogatory, but it's essentially kind of like teaching a dog. If you teach a dog kindly and, use treats and, encourage good behavior, they're going to be good dogs. But then you have these assholes out here who are like, oh, this is just dog fighting. It's not like it hurts the animals. In which case, hey, guess what? You get an asshole dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then like you could see people's already gave up on Gears, like people are shoving Izu, and Fu was watching and realizing, how hard.
It's the movie all over again.
Yeah.
Aww.
And basically, we get the results of the election, and Aruto lost.
Wow, it's like Cat calls it.
I was right. I hate being right.
Oh look, we are doing a narrative collapse where, oh no, Guy is going to take over Heathen, and he's going to rule the world with his raid riders and make a shit $1 billion, turning all of Japan into his puppets.
First, he's going to commit genocide on the Gears, which Aruto is begging to not let that happen. And, guys like, how about we just start with your secretary then?
So you understand?
Oh, hell no.
And this is the moment where we already hated Guy. Now he's on our shit list.
Yeah.
Yep. So Yaiba transforms, and Aruto.
He's on the second shit list.
Escapes with Izu, and Yaiba's trying to kill Izu, and Fuwa shows up, and
Guy orders him to kill Izu.
The power up, the thingamabob.
Oh yeah.
Which will come into handy in a moment here.
Yeah, but Fuwa so fine with his free will and basically fine with Naki because Naki's like, I'm just a tool. I'm just a tool. And all this stuff. And we don't know what exactly happened between the two of them, but apparently they come to an agreement. And as Yaiba is about ready to kill Izu, Fuwa shows up with his gun and blocks the scythe. And he's thinking
I think the
clearly
agreement
now.
they came to is, man, this guy's an asshole, isn't he?
I mean-
but we get Fuwa's final form.
Hey.
Which
It's
is
good for him.
gorgeous, amazing. So
Pretty
many
colors.
animals running around and kicking the shit out of Yaiba.
Well, yeah. So basically, this final form, usually the main rider gets the form that like combines all the power ups into one, but this time around they just gave it to Fuwa. Nice little change of things there. But basically, the animals are grouped into power, so like the gorilla, whatever, speed, and elemental. And at any given time, he can use 3 of the powers at once to do attacks. What's up, Fresno?
Well, we couldn't give the main rider all the powers because that would require giving Aruto wings, and we can't have that. Now, can we?
He gets no
I am
wings.
so pissed off right now.
Yeah, Fuwa gets one entire wing. That's
And
one
he
more
uses
wing than
it-
Naruto
He
will
also
ever get.
uses it to brace himself. I love how he uses that one wing to brace himself. He does his big attack at the end of the fight. But yeah, he transforms and he kicks the absolute shit out of Yaiba. This is the conclusion to, the whole conversation they had where, who will win in a fight, basically, that they've been building up to for 20 episodes.
And also the whole, who's a tool? I'm not a tool. I'm not a tool.
And then Fuwa says to Yaiba, like, hey, I'm not going to believe that you actually believe any of this shit until you can tell me your dream.
Oh.
Basically trying to wake her up or snap her out of her delusion.
What do you actually want here, Yaiba? What do you not what Guy Amatsu, president of Naya, wants for the glorious Japan? What do you want?
Can I point out, like, the actual character growth of Fuwa from episode 1 to this point? Like that's some really good writing for him.
I love this mess of a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Love him too. He's also part Humigear now, so he has to be kinder to Humigears, right?
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 Well, so during the fight, the 01 theme song plays. And it kind of sucks that Fuwa didn't. Wait, he had his own theme song. Why aren't we listening to his theme song?
Because 01 theme song slaps.
To be fair, this does seem like a quote-unquote ending episode in a way. Ending this whole arc of Aruto in control of Hiden and all that stuff. So this is very much like end of the season type of episode.
Fuwa triggers his impact. Clothesline Yaiba. And my God, that
Christ.
fucking clothesline.
By God, that killed her. As God's my witness, she is broken in half.
I was so scared whenever, shortly after we did our first podcast, because Lyric Creepo screen recorded that and posted on Twitter. I'm like, oh God, they're going to see that. Oh no.
Luckily,
See,
I stay out that. Luckily, I don't.
The way that you avoid that is I don't follow Little Karibo.
I just don't do social media.
Brain.
Yeah, these two got the right fucking idea here. Don't go on. Yeah.
So Fuwa takes out both Bowser and Yaiba, but unfortunately, it's just a small victory. Yeah, he's now stronger than Bowser and Yaiba, but Aruto still lost.
And a guy gets to sweep Aruto's desk clean and put his own nameplate on and take over Hiden for the next step of his master plan.
And the one biggest thing, too, is that the 01 driver is owned by Hiden. Aruto can't have it anymore. It is left there on Guy's desk, and he picks it up and is so smug, and I hate his face.
And
And
also,
so-
Big Pick Energy guy and his assistant came up to Aruto, was like, "Are you really going to just quit and leave?" It's like, "You're not staying."
It's
And
like, bitch, 5
Aruto-
seconds ago, you're like, this is all your fault that we lost. How dare you, sir? You lost us the entire company. You never should have been in charge. And now you're just like, hey, where are you going?
But I didn't mean it.
Aruto has a plan and he has his own path, and so he walks off into the sunset, disgraced for now, but perhaps, despite this narrative collapse, he will return as Kamen Rider 01.
Yeah, I give it about 15 minutes of screen time.
Yeah.
I love how the next time that is promoting the next story arc, 2 seconds in, you already see a shot with 01. Just
just right there.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We could have had like an episode where Aruto
Tension?
was
What's that?
we could have had an episode where Fula was like the only hero, and Aruto was trying to pick up the pieces and do his own thing without the power, and then like the following episode, like, no, I need this power to protect the human gears. But no, anyway, Fresno, what's up?
I mean, the kids of Japan, I think they have enough suspension of disbelief to know, yeah, he's getting his fucking powers back. You might as well show it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no like real, oh my god, he's lost his powers and he will not have them for several episodes. Like, they're not gonna do that shit.
Well, I mean, they've done it in the past. Previous Kamen Riders might go a whole episode without their powers, just so the episode could focus on secondary riders and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but that was a wild fucking match. Holy shit.
So who wants to throw their thoughts out first? Even though we've made it very clear about all thoughts.
I'll go. This is what a wild batch of episodes. Holy shit. The firefighting one, pretty good. It did have some of that human cooperation that I liked. It's an interesting shit. Guy just being a shit, but not as much of a shit as he was in the final act here, where Jesus Christ, just the scope and magnitude of his absolute shit attitude of seeing humanity as tools and human gears as a disposable thing that needs to be destroyed because it might inconvenience his personal growth and status acclamation and all this other shit. And we have Yaiba, who really, honest to God, feels so close to a face turn. And if we get it in this next batch, it'll be so fucking satisfying. But we're really there. Just wow. What a fucking... The last batch was really great for finally fighting back against Bowser. This is an interesting batch just to show the night darkest before the dawn, as it were. Wowza.
All right, Chris.
Chris, go ahead.
Okay, so this... What did you get me into? Why? Oh my god, like, this is gonna keep me up at night.
You're saying this, and we still have 15 main episodes left.
Oh my god. Anyway, I thought this was probably peak. It really got pretty intense. I love the choreography, especially this final fight. They really put their all into it. I love the design of Fighting Jackal, for my own reasons, but like everything just ramped up to 11. A lot of the things that were like super icky, like it's just there's nothing that can really be done about it at this point in time until like there's a big cultural shift in Japan. And unfortunately, that's just not something we're going to see with this generation. Maybe a couple generations down the line, who knows? But so far, honestly, I can't wait to see what happens next. Screw you, Kuchiri.
I will say, and I think I said this before the podcast, we're done with the really bad episodes. Like, we got peak from here on out. for the most part. Anyway, Kat,
I have your address, Kuchiri.
I know you do. All right.
Hang on. Too loud. You got drowned out.
Do you want
Like
Kat?
you oh goodness
Kat?
gracious.
I know your address, Kuchiri.
I know, but
I
do
know
you wanna
your
talk-
address, Kat.
Do you want to
Yes,
talk
but
about
you're
these
not.
episodes?
You're not mad at me right now.
That's true.
Do you know her address or the PO box?
If
No, he's got an actual address.
if
Oh,
if we watch the next batch of episodes tonight and record the next episode of the podcast tomorrow, I assure you, you'll be
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm telling you that right now.
you'll be happy with me again.
Will I though? Will I?
Yes.
I don't
We'll
believe
think
you.
about it.
So, Kat,
If there's a double episode.
We'll debate on it.
What did you think of these batch, Kat?
I mean, it was mostly fun, except for a few things that we already talked about.
Yeah.
But no, it's nice to have a nice wrap up to the story. It really makes me hate Guy so much more. I cannot wait for him to get his comeuppance. Please let him get his comeuppance.
I will say this right now, and it depends if you guys want a spoiler.
I don't want to be
No.
spoiled.
No spoilers.
None.
None spoilers.
Okay.
10% of spoilers.
Because I already possibly spoiled myself by looking down at the episode titles as I was trying to pull it open so I could see it. I'm not going to say what it was that I saw, but one of them is terrifying to me.
I was
And
Jerry.
I'll let you know which one.
Oh God, I was talking to another friend about it, and they mentioned a thing, and it was like, oh wait, shit, that's in the next episode, isn't it? So I know one thing, and it's a
I know
doozy of a
nothing.
thing, but we'll get to it.
I sent it to you through Discord, Kachiri.
Yep.
It's that one.
Yeah, no, you will actually
I'm
like that.
terrified.
You will love that episode.
Will I, though?
Yes.
Oh,
Will I?
boy.
I'm not.
Ah.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm
But,
worried now.
Any more thoughts, Ken?
I will say the one thought that I did have was I really got to watch episode 30 so I know what the hell is going to go on. But then Chris talked me down from it.
It's like we gotta do the podcast.
I was so excited to do 2 podcast episodes this weekend because I want to talk about the next batch of episodes. You guys brought up so many things that, may be answered in the next batch of episodes.
2 problems with that. 1,
We're
we don't
giving-
know Frez's availability. And 2, I don't think I could stand the emotional whiplash.
I'm fine with 1 a week, but just think of it as like we're giving you back the joy of watching weekly. Now you have to wait 7 days for all the excitement to unfold.
I'm probably going to watch the next batch of episodes while I wait for the recording to get to me.
Say good-
Fair.
If you have anything else, say goodnight, Jerry.
No, this
well,
is say
before I
goodnight,
say
Kachiri.
goodnight, you can find 3 of us on Twitter. Stuff in the doobly doo. Those are also our names on Twitch and Blue Sky.
Chris is a cryptid.
And Fresno Threads now has a website thing. You can now do threads on website if you
Neat.
whatever.
Another thing for me to juggle because I barely use Blue Sky as is.
But yeah, no. Next time, we're going to find out how Aruto gets his powers back within 10 minutes of the next episode.
He just steals it.
Steals the driver back. He just,
He just goes in and takes it off his desk and slaps
And
the guy in the
We're
face.
actually going to have some very fresh episodes. Like they're going back to like good, deep conversation, stars, and things of that nature. Like how the
in relation to COVID, is this like were they filming these during COVID, quote
so
unquote?
COVID was
after
already at the time. We're in April of 2020.
Ugh.
So So we're right on the cusp of
We're 5
COVID is a
episodes.
thing.
We're 5 episodes away.
Well, you have to
from-
remember that COVID was a thing for Asia for a lot sooner than it was for us.
Yeah. It was like what? It was like January, February for Asia,
Well,
but it didn't really
COVID
fuck
started
over
in
the West.
2019. That's why they call it COVID-19.
Oh, yeah. Well, no. Yeah.
Need a diagram. Diagram.
And then because I want to make sure the last batch of episodes we talk about is the final 3 episodes, because it's a 3-episode arc by itself. So yeah, let's keep it to the schedule I have. So we'll do 5 episodes next week.
Alrighty.
All right. Anyway,
Alrighty.
good night, all.
Good night, everybody.
Also, Reddit changed and I don't like it.
Reddit changed.